If you can describe Korea into one word, what would it be?
It's like culture, because everything is about the culture back to time.
For me, it would be overwhelming, beautiful, but it's big, it's busy, there's a lot happening, there's so much going on all the time. I'm not used to it.
I feel like we keep on talking about the fact it's quite cutesy. Like everything is quite like...
Okay, thank you so much for the interview. Can you briefly introduce yourself?
My name is Andrea. I'm 29 and I'm from Mexico.
So how long have you been in Korea so far?
We have been here since the 3rd of October, so 8 days, 5 days only.
Are you planning to stay more?
Only to the 12th,
Okay.
yeah.
So you've been here for quite a long time. So what was your experience in Korea so far?
We came with a little bit of like a scary feeling because they say that the Korean people are not too welcoming to the foreigners. But it was a shock because it's totally different than what we were told. They are try to communicate with you. If they don't speak the language, they try to understand what you want to talk and guide you to the place or the situation that you want to get out. Or if you want to buy, for example, the timoni, they give you the tips to buy it or where to buy it, things like that. So they're very welcoming.
So I'm just curious, where do you usually hear about Korean people being kind of scary?
Internet, right? Yeah, with in Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, many foreigners say that they are not too welcome, and we came with a little bit of strange feeling, hoping that they wouldn't be like that.
Yeah. One thing that I was going to ask all foreigners today was, if you can describe Korea into one word, what would it be?
If I had to, it's like culture.
Culture.
Yeah, because everything is about the culture, the palace, the forest, everything is like history back to time. And everything is like what you have and what you had and what you have now is totally different. It's like, I don't know how to say it, like you have been growing and everything is so much better than what you have in the past. You have a wonderful city, a wonderful country. It's amazing.
What is one thing that you like about Korean culture?
I like the history because I really like the palaces that you have. They are really well preserved. And if you go like do the hanguk, it's really pretty that you can get to do that as a foreigner because you don't get to do that in other countries. If you go to, for example, another palace in England, but you don't have to dress like to go to the palace, but you can do it here and experience like what was like in the past.
Right, so you can kind of immerse yourself.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you about food. I think food is something that we have in common between Mexico and Korea. We have a lot of spicy food. And we love our chili, right?
Yeah, you really love your chili because we went to Tongoni. I don't really know the name.
Daemun Market, I think.
Yeah, I think that's one. And we stayed in line from Tteokbokki, and the owner said like it's really spicy, and we were like, it's okay, you can give it. It's really, really spicy. It's okay. And he was really hesitant to give us the spicy one, but and then he gave us the spicy one and another one of the mild, I think they say. And it was really spicy, but it was okay. Not too spicy, but tolerable.
So can I ask you, what's your favorite Korean food so far?
So far, ramen, I think. Ramyeon, yeah.
Oh, wow. But you can still eat ramen in other countries too.
But it tastes different. I don't know how to say, but if you ate it in other, I don't know, it's different.
Yeah, I think actually it's made differently
Yeah.
for the things that are exported
Yeah.
to other countries. So I think you're right about that. So what's your favorite ramen brand?
I don't think I have a favorite brand. If I like the taste, I stay with it. But Bulldog, I think is that the one.
Honestly, I do a lot of interviews on foreigners, but I've never seen a person who came from Mexico. I don't usually meet any people who are from South America in general. So do you think in South America, Korean culture is quite popular or no?
Yeah, it's popular. Not for many people, but it's quite popular. Yeah. If you see Netflix is a big point here right now because they have introduced many Korean series
Right.
or documentaries or movies,
Right.
and it's taking like a little bit of popularity there.
Have you seen any of the Netflix series, Korean Netflix series that you liked?
Yeah, the recent one, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like
If you can describe it, then I can probably.
recently came season 2. They have like monsters and take it back in time. Park Seo-yeon. Yeah, that
Right?
one. Yeah, see.
So you like the show?
Yeah, I like this one.
I've never seen that show actually, but maybe I'll watch it in the future. Right. So just lastly, to my Korean audience, do you have anything to say that you want to say?
Be kind to foreigners.
Okay.
Because if you go to other countries, in general, everyone's going to be kind because they know you aren't of the city.
Right.
So try to be kind to everyone.
Right. I think we can say that to like not just Koreans, but just
In general.
in general. Right. So thank you so much for the interview, and I hope you have a great travel here.
Thank you.
Can you tell me your name, your nationality, please?
Yeah, sure. My name is Alex, and we are from Germany.
Right. Your name?
I'm Faye.
So you guys are in Seoul Park right now. What do you think of the park in general?
Very surprising, like to have such a nice big park right in the city.
It's a really nice break from the busy streets and everything.
What made you guys come to Korea?
So for me, it's actually the third time in Korea. I did
Third time?
Yeah. Last time I was here, I did my exchange semester, and so this time I wanted to show her Korea.
It's the first time for me, so it's different but really nice.
Right. So a question that I was going to ask our foreigners today is, can you describe Korea into one word?
Do you want to start?
Okay, for me, it would be overwhelming,
Overwhelming.
because not in a bad way,
Right.
but because it's so different from where I'm from and where I've been before.
Right.
It's overwhelming in many ways. Like, it's beautiful, but it's big, it's busy, there's a lot happening, there's so much going on all the time. I'm not used to it,
Right.
but it's overwhelming in a good way.
Okay.
I mean, I agree to all of that, but maybe to give a different answer, in my special case, a bit nostalgic, I would say.
yeah.
Because a lot of I'm showing a lot of places where I lived or where I went eating a lot, so I would say nostalgic.
Right. So I assume that you know pretty well about Seoul. So what's your favorite spot in Seoul?
Favorite spot? I think I like Jamsil.
Chamsil.
Yeah, right.
So
I like.
what specifically do you like about Chamsil?
I like this area with the Lotte Tower. Like, you have this super big tower and the big department store,
Right.
and right next to it you have like little water place and trees.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
like this mixture of a bit of
Right.
nature and then this. Yeah.
You're talking about Seokchon-hosu maybe?
Yeah, where you can go around it.
Yeah. Did you show her that place?
That's
We're
where we're gonna
going
next.
later.
That's the next
great.
stop. Yeah.
Can I also ask you, what's your favorite food in Korea?
What's
There's
it called?
too
This
the
fist rice.
the rice where you
Oh yeah.
What's it called again?
Smokeback.
Yeah, you're right. I really like. It's super simple, but
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's basically like a German schnitzel, donkatsu. Or something like that.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of places selling that. Yeah, I ate that a lot during my exchange.
There's so many, I think, common foods between
Yeah.
Korea and Germany. So you guys eat a lot of fermented products
Yeah.
too, like you sauerkraut. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I've seen a lot of German people who like kimchi, probably because they try sauerkraut before.
he loves it.
Yeah, that would be a valid answer too. I love it. I love how it's free.
Right. We talked about some of the positive things you guys experience. You guys have any like negative experience or like negative things to kind of say about Korea?
We heard a few bad things, but we don't experience them. Like
Okay.
working in Korea
Oh,
is, I
okay.
think,
Yeah,
quite
for young people especially, I felt like.
Right.
quite
your
challenging.
friends
That's a
told
common thing
bit,
that you
yes.
talk about in Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah, working hours and also
Wages and how much money you make and how expensive living
how you
is.
get treated.
Yeah.
True. I think in Europe, is it like 9 to 5?
Mostly.
Mostly, right?
Yeah.
But it's like the standard here is 9 to 6.
Yeah.
And that's like the bare minimum.
Yeah.
So people are basically working until I think like 8 o'clock, 9 to 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
We always go to the gym at 5 at home.
That sounds so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just the competition in Seoul is it's too
crazy.
high. It's crazy.
Yeah. Right. So I think just lastly, do you have anything that you want to say about Korea or say to the audience, Korean audience?
I
Be
would.
as friendly as you are. Because
Oh.
everyone is very nice and welcoming, even though we don't speak Korean like at all. Everyone always tries to understand and help, and I think that's much nicer than in Germany, where everyone's kind of rude.
Right.
We bought the T-money card, for example.
Yeah.
Like I forgot how to do that basically. So
Yeah.
we went to
Yeah.
what was it, GS25, and then they explained to us
Yeah.
you can only charge it by cash, and
Yeah.
Right.
things like that.
Maybe I feel like everyone is very respectful. Not necessarily when you talk to them, but also just like existing around you, like on the metro and stuff. Everyone is respectful of you and your space, and I feel like it's not really normal where we're from. You know, everyone bumps into each other and doesn't really care. So yeah.
So I hope for the rest of your time in Korea, you guys have a great travel, and thank you so much for the interview.
Thank
Sure,
you.
it was fun. Thank you too.
Thank you guys so much for the interview. And can you briefly introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Amy, I'm 22, I'm from Rugby, and I just finished a law with German law degree at the University of Sheffield.
Okay.
I'm Elizabeth, I'm 22, and I've just finished my degree at Sheffield as well, doing fine art.
So you guys are traveling here in Korea, right?
Yeah.
So how long have you been in Korea so far?
What's the date today? It's the
It's about
Well,
4
it's
days.
very-
about 4 days.
days.
Yeah.
So during that 4 days, how has it been for you guys? What was the experience like?
It's been good, right?
been really
it's been
good.
really nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've just been like doing sightseeing, like
Yeah.
typical tourist stuff, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So can I ask you, what was your favorite thing about Korea so far?
God.
Well, we did a Korean barbecue the other
Yeah,
night with
yeah.
our friends,
Really?
and it was so good. So
Yeah, it was
I think
very
that was our
fun.
favourite.
Did you guys go to like a restaurant?
Yeah, we had some friends on the plane and they knew somebody who lived here, so they took us to like one of their favorite restaurants, and
Oh,
we did the
okay.
whole like communal thing. It was really fun.
So was it samgyeopsal, the pork belly,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was
really
good.
good, right?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was good.
So is that your favorite food so far you had in Korea?
Yeah, I think so.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, it was good.
yeah. We also had a really good, is it bibimbap?
Bibimbap.
Yeah, that was good.
Sunday, that was so good.
Yeah.
If you can describe Korea into one word, what would it be?
I feel like we keep on talking about the fact it's quite cutesy. Like everything is quite cute culture, like very sweet and stuff. If
Oh,
that
okay.
makes sense. I
I
don't
was
know.
going to say modern. I'm not sure. I don't know how to describe it. It's very open. Everything's very spacious. It's very like green.
isn't it?
Yeah, I just think there's a lot of space in a way that maybe it's because England's so crowded. But there's
Yeah.
That's probably true.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
very
just feels
small
like the
country.
roads are bigger, like the paths are wider. I don't know. It's just it just feels very, and everything's so clean.
Yeah, everything is really clean. Yeah.
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 So we talked about your favorite thing in Korea. So do you have like a least favorite thing that you experience?
I feel like only one, and it's completely our fault, is just the language barrier because we both don't speak any Korean. So it's obviously like that's on us, but it's
Yeah.
difficult
I
to
think
like
there's,
read
like,
signs and stuff.
A luxury in like Europe of almost everyone speaks English, which you know,
Yeah.
it's like again, I guess it's a bit ignorant when you speak German, but
Yeah, but even
I
then,
don't-
like if it's in like I don't know French or something, we kind of did it in school, or like you can kind of tell because the alphabet's the same, but because the alphabet is completely different here, it's
you can't even guess at what it might
yeah,
mean.
exactly, yeah.
I think that's one of the advantages I have as well, because I only speak, for foreign language, I only speak English. But pretty much all foreigners that I meet on the street speak English. So it's very convenient for me.
Yeah.
But still, compared to maybe other Asian countries, I think a lot of Korean people can speak good English. Maybe they're just not comfortable speaking it because it's not their native language.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've not really been to any other Asian countries yet. We're going on to Japan, and I've been to China, but again, like, yeah, not many people spoke English. But my friend I was traveling with spoke Chinese,
Yeah.
so it was easy to communicate.
Oh, we've met a few people that speak English here, but it's a lot rarer. I think you're definitely the best English speaking person that we've met.
Yeah, we've not really spoken in length to many people.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So you've only been here for like a short amount of time, but do you have like a culture shock that you felt?
I'd
Yeah.
definitely say so. It's a big culture shock from England. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if I can really put a finger on what about it.
Yeah, like
It
it's
is.
different, but I don't think it's been
It's
like...
even just the lights, it's so lit up at night here. I mean, people dancing in the street and singing in the street at night.
Really?
You wouldn't get that in
yeah,
England.
like we spoke about the noise, right? Like the shops that play music
Whereas in England, I guess if you go into a shop, usually it would be
on the inside.
you'd only hear it if you went into the shop.
And everything is kind of tall here, if that makes sense. Like the buildings go up really high, you're stacked, whilst I think we have skyscrapers in London, but the average kind of city wouldn't be like that. Chefs
Yeah.
aren't like that, right?
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Okay, thank you guys so much for the interview. I hope you guys have a great travel here.
Thank you.
Can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, my name is Eva. I came from Poland. This is my first time in Korea. I'm traveling here.
Are you traveling alone?
No, I'm with my friends, but currently here I am alone.
How long have you been in Korea?
We came last week, so it's my first week here.
How was the experience in Korea so far for you?
My first experience was literally wow, because this is my first time. So I always learn from books and YouTube and stories. So this is my first time experiencing Korea, and I am pretty amazed by Seoul actually, because this is the only place I visited so far.
So what was the most surprising thing about Korea?
So the most surprising thing about Korea was actually the people, because when it comes to Koreans, people usually said they're reserved and also busy doing their own stuff and their own business, but they are ready to help whenever you need help. Let's say during traveling or some other stuff, when they see that you're struggling with something, they are always ready to help, even if doing their own stuff and they're not interested in you at all.
If you can describe Korea into one word, what would it be?
Okay, so one word for me, it's gonna be, I think, undiscovered, because no matter how long you are here, no matter how long you learn about the country, about the people, about the culture, there's always something that's probably gonna amaze you.
So in the future, what's one thing that you want to discover?
I think it's gonna be easy answer, because since I'm traveling here and I'm leaving soon, and unfortunately we don't have time to visit more places outside of Seoul, but I would love to visit some places like Busan, for example, because I don't have a chance currently, so I hope I come back in the future and discover more places in Korea.
What was the reason why you came to Korea in the first place?
Because I graduated in Korean philology, so it was my major, and I tried Korean philology because I was interested in Korean culture. I was really, really into the language as well, because the language is also fascinating for me, the Korean language. So
What aspect of Korean culture do you like the most?
that people are one nation for me, because technically from one side you see people that they're doing their own business and they're busy with themselves, but at the same time they're one big family. According to the history as well, this is a country that's it's really, really has strong relationship between people.
Some people say that it's a good thing to be homogeneous, and some people say it's a bad thing. Recently, there's data that came out, and I think it's about 5% foreigners in Korea now. So it's less of an homogeneous society now compared to before. Some people, when I interview other foreigners, they say it's actually a bad thing, and they want it to be more international. But like you said, I think it can also be a good thing.
Yeah, I think for foreigners, this is it's something problematic because of the like the culture barrier, the language barrier, that they cannot actually get along with the people here. And I think people is also like the part of experience when it comes to discovering countries. And when they feel like, rejected by people here, it makes the experience less, like pleasurable and stuff like that. So I think this is why they think, just like you mentioned. But for me, like, it's not a bad thing because maybe, like, I'm not from here. But even if I am a bystander and, I'm seeing this from a different point of view.
So Eva, thank you so much for the interview, and I hope you have a great travel.
Thank you so much.